dating advice. Probably not the person you should be taking dating advice from because alas, I'm single. Have been for quite a while. But let's start from the basics. What to wear on a date? How about what not to wear on a date? Don't wear any offensive clothing. Take that as you might. On my first date, I wore a poncho and gauchos, and if you're so young you don't know what that is, bless your heart, because my mom took a picture and it was bad. It was bad. A real outfit advice, I have to say, is if you're a girl who's a little bit taller, you got a little bit more to love in the vertical region. That's vertical, right? Totally. Horizon, horizontal, sunset. Got it. Wear something with like a little bit of a heel, like a smidgen of a heel, just to like test the waters, see if the guy's taller than you. This is me testing the waters. Rough waters. Wear something that you feel good in. That's what it's about. If your friend tells you like you look really hot in that top, but you're like, oh my god, I don't want to wear this, wear something that you like, and your beauty will radiate from within. You might get a second date. Don't hold me to that. Can't promise anything. A piece of advice I wish somebody had given me before my first date: actually have interest in the guy and like the guy before you go on the date. Don't just go on a date because your best friend Ivy doesn't want to date Kyle without you dating Jeremy. First step. Like them. Important things that I would say not to do on a date is I personally really like listening on dates and really hearing what the other person has to say, but at the same time I like them to listen to what I have to say. So I think a deal breaker for me, at least when I'm dating a guy, is if he talks way too much about himself and it's like, yeah, and then I do this, then I do this, and this one time I was president of something really unimportant when I was 12. That is kind of a deal breaker for me, but I think it's just about being confident and having fun. One time a guy told me his brother was brutally murdered on a first date. Total sympathy. Oh my gosh, saddest thing ever. Sucks so bad. Did I really need to know that 15 minutes into the car ride? Not so much. Don't tell your life story at the beginning. That just makes people feel weird and uncomfortable, and you get that feeling in your stomach when you're like, I just want to go home and call my mom and talk about how weird this guy is. Don't do that. Don't bring up exes. I feel like that's like a common thing. One time I went on a date with a guy. Granted, I actually don't even think it was a date. That's a whole other issue. And he was talking about my ex, not even his own ex. He was like, I saw your ex-boyfriend the other day. And I was like, huh. And he's like, are you guys on good terms? I'm like, no. And then conversation kind of plummeted and died. Okay, first date done. Good job, guys. My advice for a second date. To be honest, I think second dates are a lot more nerve-wracking than the first date because you're like, well, I tried really hard on my hair, I tried really hard on my makeup, and I tried really hard to have normal conversation. Now I have to do that all over again. And take this time to gauge if you like them. I think second dates are a good opportunity to do something fun, whereas a first date might have been coffee or something like that. Do something where you get to spend a little more time with them or get to experience their hobbies. If they're into surfing and the beach, so go to the beach for a full day. Do something adventure-y and exciting, and most importantly, be yourself.